Hi, everyone.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. How?
Welcome, Dalbirr. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Vijay.
And this is a wonderful topic, like tools to create ease with your financial reality.
That's
Yep.
right.
Yeah, we can start now.
Sure, sure. So I'll talk a little bit about myself, and then we'll start. So I'm Dalbir. I live in Dubai. Been in Dubai for the last 11 years, originally from the UK. And what brings me to Access? So 7 years ago, when so the move from the UK to London was very, very stressful because I had just had my baby. Went into depression and anxiety, and I didn't know what was going on. And then, as it is, you just somebody comes in your way and they're like, "Hey, would you like to do this?" And this lady just outside my door says to me, "Would you like to read The Secret? Would you like to go and learn Reiki?" And I think that's how it all started. I started off with Reiki, Reiki 1, Reiki 2, then you go into chakra balancing, meditations, and all of that, sound healing, and angel tarot. So that was my, I was at that time I was shopping. I was shopping for all the modalities that would gonna create greater for me until I came to Access 5 years ago. So I've been in Access for 5 years ago now, and I tell you, life has changed. Access works very, very fast. It's been amazing since Access came into my life. I started meeting people. I've come out of my comfort zone. I am enjoying my body. I'm enjoying myself. Money for me, as I was just explaining before to Vijay, is like there was not an issue. It's just the acknowledgement of what I was doing. Also is also very important when we are having a financial stress. So that's it. So 5 years in Access, and 1 year now I've been CF, over 1 year now. And Access Tools just creates greater. So welcome everybody, and thank you for having me on this chat. And yes, so tools to create a greater financial reality. So what's going on at the moment has created such upheaval in our minds, in our in our bodies of, oh my God, what's going on? So that, first of all, I would like to address is where we've all gone, or most of them have gone into a beyond. So when we do the bars class and we've got that beyond clearing, all the beyonds, creating the eternally beyonds, keeping us captive, will we now please destroy and uncreate those? Right and wrong, good and bad, pock and pot, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. When the lockdown happened, everywhere you went into a beyond, will you now please destroy and uncreate that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pock and pot, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And when you started thinking about your monetary reality, when you started thinking about, oh my God, I have to work from home, oh my God, all of that, in regards to money, scarcity, poverty, all of that, and all the beyonds that are connected to that, will you now please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pock and pot, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. What energy, space, and consciousness can you all be to have total ease, peace with whatever is going on now? And everything that doesn't allow that, will you now please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pock and pot, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. I will do more clearings for you all. For now, I'm going to go through the tools to create a greater financial reality. I've been doing these money workbook classes and money classes for a long time. What works for me is what I'm going to share with you all. And I will, at the moment, it's going to look very complicated, but when I give you another example at the end, it's going to become simpler. So one of the first tools I use is demand. In the Being Huge book, chapter 4 or 5, it is, Dane mentions demand it, demand for this to change. So what would it take for you all to demand for whatever is going on for you, for that change to show up? And everything that doesn't allow it, destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pock and pot, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And you'll be like, oh, what energy is the demand, or what do I have to do to demand? For me, very simple. I keep repeating myself, demand, I demand this to change. Hey universe, hey body, talk to your body, ask your body to engage with you as well. Hey body, ring your body. It's like, I was in a body class and she says, ring, tap it and say, ring, 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 ring. Hello body, are you there? How are you? How would you like to be today? So keep talking to your body and something will shift and change. So the first one is demand something to change. Demand, okay, hey, the questions you ask here is, hey body, what would it take to create a change here? I demand this to change now. I demand this to change now. And everything that doesn't allow it, destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pock and pot, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. And everywhere I am judging myself for how I'm supposed to demand, or you are judging yourself how you're supposed to demand, will you now please destroy and uncreate all of that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pock and pot, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Number 2, ask and be in the question. Now, this is one of the main things about access, being in the question. The number 2 one is a little longer. The number 1 is demand, it's simple. Number 2 is demand, ask and be in the question. Now, how I do it, if it works for you all, perfectly fine. If it doesn't, you all can have your own. Ask your body what will change for me. When I am saying ask and be in the question, I put everything down, what I require changing. So, if I like, okay, my monetary reality, to change, put that down. I would like to create money for this class. I put that down. I would like to create this much money because of my debt. Put that down. Okay. Then ask the universe, ask questions. What would it take to change this? If number 1 was money for for the class, what would it take to change this? Keep going, asking questions around whatever you've written down. Whether at the moment it is that you wanted to buy something, whether it was a car for your wife or your husband, your husband, or whatever that was. When you've written everything down, it's like a journal. It's written. Go through it and ponder and ask questions. What else is possible here? What can I do to change this? What can I create that I've never been able to create before? What would I like my business to look like? So if you write business there, what would I like it to look like? What questions can I ask here? So if you don't know how to ask a question, you'll be, oh, hey body, what questions can I ask here? Yeah. So ask as many questions as you can. What energy, space, and consciousness can I be to actualize all of this? What is that? What is that for you? And sometimes, we don't even have a question. It's all about, oh, I don't know what to ask. What else is, what else is possible is the question is perfectly fine. Just this one question, what else is possible, is also perfectly fine. How does it get any better than it? That's fine as well. So asking questions and being in the question is number 2. What can I add to my life to create greater? That's another question you can ask. Hey universe, what can I add to my life? What else is possible here that I haven't even considered yet? Now, all these questions you are asking, you might not get an answer, and you know what? You're not looking for an answer. You're looking for the awareness. It will show up. It will show up. You've got to trust that it's going to show up. Okay, so number 2 is ask and be in the question. Number 3 is you've been in the question, but now it's become heavy for you, because it's like, how am I going to create $10,000, or how am I going to create money to get rid, finish my debt off and all of that stuff. Pock and pot, everything that comes up. Now this is where the tools come, the tools which are interesting point of view comes in. So everything I've made significant, everything that is destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pock and pot, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Then comes all the decisions, judgments, conclusions, computations you have made. Destroy and uncreate those in number 3. Then comes the projections, expectations you have about what's going on. Yeah. So let's give an example here of, okay, with the whole thing that I've been talking about, we would like to create 10,000 dirhams or 10,000 rupees, okay, or dollars. Let's go for dollars. I think it's much higher. That'll be something that feels expansive as well. So it'll be okay. All the projections, expectations, judgments, rejections, separation. I have. So you're going to say it for yourself. I have about creating $10,000. Will you now destroy and uncreate that? Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Or it will be all the decision, judgment, conclusions, computations I have about creating a greater financial reality. Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. And all the oaths, vows, fealties, communities, bindings, bondings, contracts, you all have made to create greater. All have made to keep money and poverty in place. Will you now please destroy and uncreate all of that? Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Everything that doesn't allow you to create a greater financial reality, will you now please destroy and uncreate that? Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. So number 3 is with everything, your financial reality, your projects, maybe you're starting a business, how am I going to pay the rent out, all of that. So you will dissipate and release everything that's coming up. Another one that is very handy, and I love this clearing, is everything is the opposite of what it appears to be. Nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. Everything is the opposite of what it appears to be. Nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. Say it 6 times, say it 20 times. You come into a space where your awareness becomes even greater. You become more present with yourself and your mind is out of the way. Yeah, so this is a very good tool. Sometimes we think, oh no, this tool is not going to work, this tool. Sometimes we're judging the tools as well. What if we had no judgment about the tools too and just use them? And as I said, what else is possible has been with me. And I know we do it, but I didn't know how to be in the question when I started. I was like, I don't know how to be. What do I say? Every time I was trying to do a question, it would be a conclusion, or it would be in a why. When we start off, it's like, why? And then it was like, no, this doesn't work for me. So then it was like, what else is possible here? What else is possible here? Okay, so that's number 3. Poking and podding everything that doesn't allow us to create the financial reality that we wrote down. Yeah. Number 4 will choose and take action. Choose and take action. What is that? It's the phone call that you have to do to somebody so that you can change something. It is the leaflets that you might have to send for your bars classes, or your business, or if you're in events, you're going to start doing the invitations, making the flyers. That's the choose and create. Okay, what can I choose here now that will create what I have just designed, what I've just asked for. Yeah, and everything that is, will you now please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Maybe it's, for print the manuals. Okay, so go with the awareness and what feels lighter. Again, ask questions. If I print my manuals before the class, is that light or heavy for me? Okay, and then you go with the lightness. Lightness is always, what we choose, not the heaviness. And number 5, receive. Be in the mode of receiving. Now, how do I do it? I say to myself, hey body, what would it take for our sexualness energy to turn on? Sexualness, not sexuality, okay? Now, that's an expansive energy. That's an energy where it's kind, caring, nurturing. It's in the foundation manual. It's in the 5 elements of intimacy, right? And it's the expansive energy. It's the nurturing energy. It's the caring energy. It's the alive energy. So you be in the receiving mode, okay? And when you're in receiving, your barriers are down. You're much more present. You ask questions all the time. You ask about light and heavy. That's when you're in the receiving mode. I keep my stuff very simple because it works for me when it's simple. Now, to put all these together, I would like to tell you how you can remember all of this. There are 5 points I've given here, but how can you remember all of this? Think of you getting together and going to a restaurant. You go to the restaurant, you plan with the family that tonight we're going to the restaurant. Okay, you go to your favorite restaurant, the waiter or the manager sits you down, right? Gives you the menu, and he says, passes you the menu, and you start looking in the menu. You're talking and you're also reading the menu and all of that. Then after a little while, again, the waiter comes and takes your order. You give your order and you say, okay, thank you very much. What do you do then? The waiter has taken the order and gone. You are sitting with your family or your friends and you're talking. You talk, you have fun, there's laughter, there's enjoyment, whatever that is. It's like the drinks come, you laugh, you have fun and all of that. And then the food starts coming. The food starts coming. You are not asking the waiter where, how it came, how, what were you doing or anything like that. You enjoy your food, you have your dessert, and you leave. Same with our asks when we are changing. So it's like demanding. We demand the universe, hey universe, this is my demand. I would like this to change. Then you've done the questions. Then you've dissipated and released all of that. It's like where you are also, it's like going to the restaurant. Having an ask, a financial ask, is also like going to a restaurant with the food. We don't ask the waiter, where did the waiter go in, how did the food come? Which plate did they put it on? We don't ask the waiter who is cooking inside, who is the chef today. Rarely do we ask that question. So the same thing with our asks from the universe are like giving an order for food. And that in between where we are having fun with the family and talking and all of that, that's the fun bit. And that's the joyful bit, right? And what if we can be that fun and joyful when we have already given the ask and trust the universe that he will give us. So this is how it is. I look at it as, oh, I'm going to order something now. That's all it is. And then I go into the mode of, okay, I'll do this exercise now, of thymus exercise now, and then I will do my receiving, turn on the sexualness, all of that. So this is how I look at when we asking the universe. You ask the universe and you shall receive it. That's my all. I would like to do for some more clearings for all of you, if that's okay. Yeah, everybody's okay with that?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so I've written them down and I'm going to read from them. And because before the class, I was asking questions, what is it that is required for this session? So I'm going to go for that. What secret agenda do you have with poverty that maintains the addiction to no money you are currently achieving? Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pock and pod, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. What secret agenda do you have with fitting in that maintains the addiction to no money you are currently achieving? And everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. What secret agenda do you have with only just enough that maintains the addiction to no money you are currently achieving? Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Wrong, good and bad, pock and pod, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. And what creation are you using to evoke and perpetrate the biomimetic and the biomimetric mimicry of other people's pains, pathways, realities, financially and monetarily are you choosing? Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right and bad, pock and pod, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. What creation are you using to evoke and perpetrate the biomimetic and the biomimetric mimicry of other people, pains, pathways, and realities, financially and monetarily are you choosing? Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right good and bad, POC and POD, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. What actualization of other people's fantasies and insanities about having money, getting money, spending money, and generating money are you using to lock up your life and limit your life and your living are you choosing? Everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all.
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And what creation of refusal of money are you using to validate other people's realities are you choosing? Everything that brings up, will you now please destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. What do you know how to be or do? That is so easy for you that if you refuse to be and do it, or if you refuse to be and do it, it would create a different reality for you. Everything that doesn't allow it, destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. How many choices are you using to avoid the money you could be choosing? How many choices are you using to create the money you could be choosing? Everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And what have you made so vital, valuable, and real about the joy of money and the joy of life and living that creates money, that keeps you from having money? Everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. What is the miracle you would like to have and have in your finances and have in your monetary reality? Are you refusing that if you would choose it would actualize more money in your life and everything that doesn't allow that, exponential amounts of money in your life and everything that doesn't allow that, destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And everywhere you have uninvited money, will you now please destroy and uncreate that? Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. In what energy, space, and consciousness can you and your bodies be to create, generate, and actualize more money than you've ever desired? And everything that doesn't allow that, destroy and uncreate it. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. There.
Yay.
I can go on with more clearings. I've got loads here. Anybody have a question, or would you like me to do clearings?
Hi, I'm Neha.
Hi, Neha.
Yeah. So I wanted to know that we do these clearings and then like we need to do it once or we can do it like we need to do it every day.
From the tools that I've given you, the 5 points.
No, that too. I am like practicing. I haven't done bars, but I'm practicing those the clearings that you just did.
Yes. So yes, now it depends. You see, sometimes some clearings have already cleared stuff, but you can always put these on a loop and have them run every day for 21 days, 1 month, maybe 1 week as well. You can definitely keep doing these clearings as many times as possible. When you don't have a clearing, what you can do is, and how you can use your the clearings to your advantage is like everything that brings up, destroy and uncreate it all.
Okay.
Okay. And like the ones I did was some, I took them from everywhere else. I can send those clearings to you all as well. It's not an issue. But when it comes to you creating a financial reality, you know what it is for you. Like, maybe it's you stopping you because you at the moment, are busy at home or whatever that is. Everybody is home at the moment. So it's you stopping you. So you'll be like every day clearing that. Everywhere I'm stopping myself, destroy and uncreate that. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. All the decisions, judgments, conclusions about this situation, You will destroy and uncreate that. So that will be on a daily basis. You know, like you will do these clearings on yourself on a daily basis. But listening to clearing loops and all of that, you can do them on, you can do them on a loop. You can do it daily, or if you just want to be, have an hour of just listening to sit and be present with them, you can do that. So yes, it's. I mean, I poke and pot that, but yes, do it on a daily basis. You'll see a.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I'm Bharti.
Hi, Bharti.
Okay. Can sometimes we feel after the call low energy, and sometimes we charge so much. So whenever we feel low, thymus exercise, I know, okay, it's help us. So what can I do? Anything I can add on that?
Okay, so when you're feeling low, you ask your body, hey body, would you like some sugar, salt, water, or energy? Yeah. So have you done a bath class?
Yes, foundation and also entity class, so many classes.
So then you first ask your body, hey, what would you like? And obviously the body gives you an awareness. You'll get, sometimes, people say, I don't get an awareness. Initially what I do say to people is like the first 3 seconds or the first 5 seconds, whatever answer you get in your head, because that's the answer for that time when you're starting to build your muscle. Otherwise, this is not something that, it's not a fixed point of, but when you're starting to build your muscle, the first 3 seconds or the first 5 seconds is where you'll get your answer of what your body would require, right? Go with that. It'll be salt, sugar, water. And then ask also, what happens after when you're feeling low is something is shifting and changing for you as well. That can be an interesting point of view. Okay, something is shifting and changing. So then you'll be like, okay, now what else is possible? What would it take for me to have ease with my body here? What will it take to whatever has changed and whatever is changing to give me ease? Okay, so ask for ease. So you will be in a question all the time and go with. Now, yes, you can do the thymus exercise. It's not a problem. Sometimes if you feel really
very
low.
Very sleepy. Sometimes I feel very sleepy, and when I come, when I talk somebody else, so I feel very enthusiastic. मतलब वो energy आ जाती है अपने body में. So मैं ये जो आपने बोला ना कि muscles build करना चाहिए. It's okay. I am talking to in Hindi also.
Of course, I understand.
Okay. तो ये जो मसल्स बिल्ड करने की आपने बात, मतलब जब भी मुझे एंटिटीज या कोई भी मैसेज आते हैं ना, तो जो आपने बोला कि आप बॉडी को पूछ रहे हो, तो वो अवेयरनेस होनी चाहिए. मतलब वो जो माइंड में पहला थॉट आता है वही आंसर, पर वो मैं जब कुछ भी पूछती हूँ और तुरंत ऑब्जर्व करती हूँ कि हाँ क्या होगा, तो इट्स जस्ट गॉन. मतलब वो समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि मसल्स कैसे बिल्ड करना है, और कोई बेसिक होता है कि हाँ ऐसे ऐसे करना है. मतलब जो स्टेप अभी आपने आगे बोला, वैसे ये मसल्स बिल्ड करने के लिए या अपने बॉडी जो बता रहा है वो कैसे मतलब पता चले कि ये सही है, ये अपने लिए यही मैसेज है. वो
कंटिन्यू.
नहीं मैंने
अच्छा, ओके. सो मसल बिल्ड करने के लिए जो पहले 3 सेकंड में आता है या पहले 5 सेकंड में आता है, वो
आप इंग्लिश बोल सकती है. एक्सक्यूज मी, मैं समझ सकती हूँ, पर आप बोल सकते हैं इंग्लिश में. आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड.
Okay, so to build the muscle, it's like I said, the first 3 seconds and the first 5 seconds. Go with that answer that you've got, because what it is, while 3 seconds or 5 seconds, is because you've not gone into your head. Okay, after that you're going into your head and looking for the answer. So that's probably not the right answer. Okay, now to build the muscle, keep doing that with everything. 3 to 5 seconds, whatever answer you get is your answer, right? And go for, maybe you'll be like, oh, my body wants sugar, or my body wants Coke, but then your body said no salt. With those 3 seconds, the body said salt, so go with the salt. And also that will be you listening to your body. You're not going into your head all the time. Yeah. So keep So keep doing that with every question. It can be money, it can be body, it can be with your relationships, anything. Go with that, and then you will get where what it is for you, that what my awareness is telling me. Yeah, is it clear?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi, Dalbirr. Hi.
Yes, hi.
Sharadia from Nagpur. How are you? It was a wonderful session.
Thank you.
I have a question here. These clearings are some of the beautiful things in Access which we learn, and it works many times.
Yeah.
What I'm asking is, this clearing, will it work for somebody who has not done Access?
Of course. Of course.
I mean, are they able to relate to it as such?
So I'll tell you what, why I straight away give you the yes answer is, so when I started Access, obviously my family is not into Access. My husband's, in fact, he's a human. And then I've got a son who's 18 years old, who's a human as well. Just playing these clearing statements in the house has changed so much for them that I know it's worked on them. Right? Now, one thing I wouldn't say is you can ask, so that whoever this person is, whether it's a family member or a friend, ask this person, if I give you some clearing statements, would that be a contribution to you? And they'll be like, no. Okay, then you'll be like, okay, how else can I contribute to you? If you get a yes, give them to them, and if they ask you what these clearing statements mean and all of that, you can let them know what the clearing statement does. So what the right and wrong, good and bad do. You can let them know about that. You can show them Dane's video on clearing statement is beautiful. It's on YouTube, But if they'll be like, no, then you'll be like, what energy, space, and conscious can you be, to create a shift in this person's life? Okay. Then from there, you'll be like, okay, if it's a family member, it's near you, can I put the clearing loop? Will it contribute to them? That'll be another question. Or you'll be like, okay, what contribution can I be just by sitting here for this person? So saying that, I'm sharing this with you because I did that with my husband. First, I didn't realize the clearing statements were going on in the house and things were shifting for them. Then there came a point where, he wanted to shift something, but he was refusing to listen to the clearing statement. He wouldn't want to listen to it because I also wanted, at that point, these are a few years ago now, at that point, I wanted him to be listening to me, acknowledging that he's using the clearing statement, but that wasn't what he wanted to do, right? So then I had spoken to a facilitator. She says, no, you be the space for this person to choose greater. So you sit with them, you sit in the lounge, you ask your body, hey body, what would it take? What energy, space, and consciousness can we be to contribute a shift and change in this person's life? So then you be the space and consciousness. And then you ask yourself, hey, to be that, do I require to do a clearing for this person as I sit here? Do I require to touch this person as I sit here? Or do I just require to be? Yeah? So this is the two way of doing it. Either you give them the clearing statement and they can listen to a clearing loop, or you are going to be the energy for the contribution.
Okay, I'll ask one more specific question. Now we have somebody in the larger family who is kind of in depression and borderline schizo. Okay, so she sits in her room quietly whole day, locked up, doesn't talk to anybody, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, a lot of things we are doing, including access bars, I run many times.
Okay. Beautiful.
So what sort of clearing statement or statements we can give it to her so she can keep on listening or something? Anything specific you would like to suggest? Or you can give me later on if you can't think on top of the head.
No, I'm asking in my head, I'm asking a question, what will contribute? So it depends, you see. Now, it's our point of view that we're going to give them questions and clearings to do, right? Ask her. So be the question for her. Always talk to her in question and say, hey, if I give you clearing statements, which ones would they be? What would you like to clear in your life? Or what would you like to change in your life? Yeah. So now this is why I was asking the question to myself, what I have to answer to you. is because if we give a money clearing, maybe it's not going to work for her.
Yeah.
You know, maybe if it's a relationship issue, then okay, that's the relationship. So we've also got to go with what is going to work for them, right? So ask her only, be in a question and manipulate the situation. Don't, you know, like sometimes when we want to ask a question, we're like this facilitator who's going to ask, you know, what else is possible here? And, you know, we're going to do it that. No, be in a manipulation mode, be in a curious mode and say, hey, what can we do to change this? Would you like to have this clearing? Like, you know, change your way of asking, to asking your energy also, and ask which clearings they are. Yeah. So as I said, if it's money, then we give the money clearings. If it's relationships, if it's to do with the body itself, and then, you know, there's so many clearings for committing to the body and listening to the body. So like that, yes. But yes, you can give that person to do clearings, definitely. And I think
if it is fear, some kind of fear.
So yes, then we have a lot of fear clearings. Dane has done a call on fear. There is a clearing loop which is amazing. You know, you can give her that one, or we can, you know, yes, you can definitely message me and I can give you some clearings as well.
Sure, definitely.
Look for you and give it to you or something like that.
Request
Definitely.
Vijay to send your number on the group on this chat.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think somebody asked something in the group, right? I was just in the chat. Thymus exercise. Thymus exercise. Okay, so thymus exercise is an exercise we do in the bars class. And whoever asked this, have they done the bars class? Who asked me this one question? It says Vij. No, okay.
Neha.
It's an exercise we do so that so the thymus gland is here, and Gary says that we shut it down a long time ago because we thought the third eye was giving us the intuition. So now we're going to activate this point, right? There's more information in the bars class. We're going to activate this point. So we do an exercise which we pull energy from the earth into our body, and we bring the energy here and we activate it, and then bring the energy down and release it into the ground. So that's what a thymus exercise is. There's more information in the bars class, and I'm sure Vijay can give you more information on that as well. Is that clear, dear Vijay?
Hello.
Yes.
Someone जैसे वो अंकल ने पूछा कोई अपने लिए कुछ चूज नहीं कर रहा है, right? So what questions we can ask and so he can choose. मतलब ऐसा कोई questions है जो हम बोले और वो choose करे अपने लिए?
So you're talking about the other person choosing, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll tell you something about other person choosing. We cannot choose for them. They have to choose themselves, right? I've been through this myself because I thought my husband and my son would choose. I would choose for them. I would choose this clearing for them. It didn't work for me. In fact, my husband had, went through an illness, cancer at that particular moment because I was choosing for him. So things don't work because he didn't know what to do with his body. He was not acknowledging the tools. He knew changes are happening, but he was not acknowledging them. He was not being a different energy. So it would be the best thing when it comes to contributing to somebody else is to be the contribution and be the question and be that energy, space, and consciousness for them to choose different. Yeah. So as I said, be another energy when you ask them the question. Don't be an energy of, okay, I want to give you clearing statements. What can I give you? Not like that. Oh, hey, I was thinking, what will contribute to you? Oh, what will, what would it take for us to change this? Use different language. Use a non-access words if you can. And you watch, they will relate to you better. Because when we have somebody like this, they also they got projections about changing. Their barriers are up and they don't want to change something, and we are forcing them to change it.
Right. So
Yeah.
one of my client asking me कि उसके husband कुछ choose नहीं कर रहे, मतलब ऐसे ही घर में बैठे रहते, तो ऐसा कुछ है questions कि मैं बोलूं और वो कुछ choose करे, मतलब जैसे वो घर में ही बैठे हैं, उनको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है कमाए नहीं कमाए, तो वो मुझे पूछ रही थी कि मैंने बोला वो नहीं, मतलब उनको भूख लगे और आप खा ले तो उनका पेट नहीं भर जाएगा, तो सेम थिंग कि वो नहीं कुछ चूज नहीं करेंगे तो आप बोलेंगे तो उनका चेंज नहीं होगा, तो somehow I feel कि I just ask for you.
So the question she can ask, and is what energy space can me and my body be to create a change here for my husband? What energy space and consciousness and contribution can I be for my husband to choose something different? Okay, and then maybe her barriers are up, so it'll be that doesn't allow, destroy and uncreate it all. Then the clearing statement, right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Then the other thing she can do is bring her barriers down and be the energy, space and consciousness. Right? So it's a muscle she also will have to build. You've got to, you also got to practice being that energy space. Like my husband, just yesterday, my husband had a headache. I'm like, oh, I was just passing by. I said, would you like me to run your bars? He's like, no. I was like, fine. He sat next to me, kept complaining, my headache. So what was I sat there, I'm like, oh, what energy, space and consciousness can I be for this to shift? That's it. Then I adjusted myself. Okay, I have my barriers up. He's got a headache. I want to help him. I adjusted my barriers. Okay, barriers, let's go down. And how do you, the simple exercise I can share with you about barriers is just close your eyes and just reach out wherever your hands want to go, up, down, anywhere. Close your eyes and just, that's where your barriers are, wherever your hands have reached, and bring them down, down, and push them. If they don't want to go, if your barriers don't want to go down, it's like everywhere my barriers don't want to go down, or everywhere I'm unwilling to allow my barriers to go down, destroy and uncreate that. Push them down, right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. So use this, so you adjust your energy to what they would like, and what energy you can be for them to choose different. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I mean, in my olden days, seriously, I would have shared with you, oh no, we will give your husband this clearing, or give that person that clearing. I have been through it myself. 2 years, 1 year I was doing all this forceful, and second year I was learning, and now it's just the energy space. I do the questions for myself and not for anybody else.
Right.
And you know what, you also, when you're going to do it for yourself to be the contribution, you watch the changes for you are also going to show in a different way, in a very, very good way, and easily, not easily, not easily. Easy.
Yeah, no, great. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Yes, sure.
Dalbirr, there are 2 things. Of course, you just raised this question about barriers, so that I'm going to ask, but I had another question. So let's go one by one only instead of confusing the whole thing. These barriers, when you say bring down the barriers, this is our very typical access language, so you explained how to do it, but I want conceptually, यानी कि barriers क्यों आता है, या क्यों हम लाते हैं, या उसको क्यों हमको नीचे लाना चाहिए? Is it you are kind of relaxing in some way, or of course you just explained how to bring it down, that I understand. That's very wonderful thing.
Yeah.
थोड़ा barriers के बारे में थोड़ा सा बताइए.
Cool. Barriers हमारे up होते हैं क्योंकि, sorry, I will speak in English.
Choose your language.
So sorry.
No, our barriers are up because we are not aligning and agreeing with somebody else's points of views. We're not aligning and agreeing what's wrong, what's coming up, what's wrong in our life, we're not aligning and agreeing with how it should be done, how it should not be done, right? So that's a space where your barriers are up and you're fighting. When your barriers are up, you'll see you're fighting. You're going into the wrongness of you. You're not an interesting point of view. You've got all those judgments coming up. When you do bring your barriers down, you're coming out of judgment. You're coming out of where you're always fighting against the reality. So barriers up is a situation where you're like, nothing is working for me. I don't know what to do with this person. You're in a conclusion. By bringing your barriers down, you will feel the ease. I mean, feel is not the word. You will perceive ease in your own body. Yeah, have I answered that right?
Yeah, I get the picture actually. Yes.
Yeah, it's
just
that
how to bring it down as well. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'll come to my other question, which already I was planning to ask you. In normally, access community, we always have these swap sessions so we give a bar and we get bars from somebody. That's a very normal situation. But I had a situation the last few months where I was giving only bars to my clients because they had some problem. Like you mentioned, somebody has a headache or somebody cannot sleep and all that. So continuously, I was giving only bars to my clients. In last 6 months, I would have given, say, to 60 people, let's say. But I was not getting my bars run. So does it affect our energy level or it doesn't actually?
No.
Stupid question maybe.
Something, again, because I've been through myself, I will tell you, this is why I gave you a straight away a no. It will not give you, it will not deplete your energy at all. It doesn't take anything off you. With access, we are not, we're not taking on other people's energies. We're not protecting ourselves. And there's a reason why also. Gary, when we do the energy pull, if you notice in the video, Gary says, we've got to take out the energy out of our head.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just a flow of the other person's energy coming into us and going out. Until out, don't stop that energy pull. So that's where you become present with you allowing that energy to go out. Yeah. Sometimes what happens is we're doing the energy pull there, and we've got the hands on our on their forehead, and be like, oh, this energy is really running. This energy is really running. We have gone into our head, and we are thinking of that person. Their energy is running. We have not got into our presence of where we've got to take out that energy. Yeah. So that way you will not deplete your energy. And you running their bars and not getting your bars run, you have received, your bars are getting run at the same time.
Okay.
I was running bars on Global Bars Day, and I ran for 15 people continuously from 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the evening. It was like a full, I hardly had time to, I was energized. I could not sleep that day. So this is my experience this year, I've had. I was so energized, I couldn't sleep. The next day I did a foundation class, and I did so many other things, at the same time. So no, in fact, you know what? Ask for the change to show up. The change that you have locked inside of your body, which is not, you're not allowing to show up, please ask for that to show up now. And everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive, how will that look? Will you now please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pocket, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds.
Thank you. That's wonderful.
You're welcome.
We can run our bars also, sir?
Yes.
You can.
Each and every bars, 3 only.
Okay, so there is 2 ways of doing it. At the moment, in the lockdown, I have been running my own bars, and really fun, and I have really feel good. Now, yes, in the class we say run 3 bars at night and ask them to run and go to sleep. You can still do that, right? But when you're running your own bars, all your hands, the way they are telling us on the chart, is not going to run like that. Okay. Right. So you will run them 2 by 3 bars or 2 bars at a time. Yeah. Like for form, structure, hopes, dreams, and healing, I put my fingers like this and I run these like this.
Right.
Okay. For joy and sadness, I run them like this. So 2 by 2 by 2 or 3, run your bars like that. Okay.
Right.
And yes, follow the chart. Make sure you're running all of them. You can also do the energy pull. Energy pull also is, let the energy out.
And every bars we can run.
Of course.
Oh, okay.
I-
मतलब कोई रन करता है उतना ही बेनिफिट होता है या इट्स अ डिफरेंट मतलब सेल्फ रनिंग बार्स सेम एनर्जी?
The clearing statement I will give you here is acknowledge the power, the potency, and the magic you truly. And everything that doesn't allow that, destroy and uncreate it all. Right and walk and pot, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. So everywhere you feel, or the way what you just said about somebody is more running. Yes, Gary says that in the manual as well. It's written there. But in this time, what if you claimed, own, and acknowledged the power, the potency, and the magic you truly are, and ran your own bars and created the change that you desire?
Yes, I can.
Draw and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pock and pot, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. So trust yourself that you know what, it's working. And seriously, 1 month ago, I would have also been like, but yeah, it's written in the manual like that. No, I run my bars every night now and I feel so good.
Good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Dalbirr ji.
Thank you, Vijay.
Thank you for this wonderful talk.
Thank you.
Yeah,
everyone.
thank you. Thank you
So much. Thank you. Please,